Good morning, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's big cousin, crypto's finest. Champagne, thanks for tuning in. Today we'll be talking about Ether, and the DeFi compound boom. I'm not sure if you guys heard about it, but the compound platform, which is rivaling Maker as a DeFi platform, is actually booming like no other. And there's something here. I want to go over it, a few articles. There may be an opportunity. And we'll be talking about Ether. We'll be talking about the bits. We'll be talking about the stocks, the prices, the moves, the pivots, the more. Shout out to Toronto Crypto. No funny bunnies. Indeed, no funny bunnies. We snipe them right out the box. Boom. Shout out to my long-range snipers there in the foxholes of the blockchain battlefield trenches. I see all you maniacs. Welcome. Make sure you're touching the buttons for me. Like, subscribe, post notification bell. Ding, ding. Stay tuned in. To all the good ones we spread. Boom. Shout out to Trapping. We'll be talking about DeFi today. And as I said last year, I think DeFi is going to really propel Ether's price up, in my opinion. I really think ultimately it's going to bring a lot more eyes into Ether and the coin surrounding it. So let's talk about it. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, I got to throw out the disclaimer. I'm not your crypto daddy. This is for entertainment purposes. This is more of a comedy show than anything, guys. Okay, so if you want a professional opinion, then contact Charles Schwab. At the Trapping, I see you. Let me go ahead and turn off these coins. Share my screen over here. See the price of Bitcoin currently there at 93.89. It's been stuck there. We were above 95 for a while, but then we dipped down to 89. We rebounded to 94, and then now it seems like 95 is a resistance level that we're dealing with. Let me look at the 1 month chart. Yeah, it seems, about 95 here in this area. We boomed to 10K, but every time we come up to 10K, we get rejected. So the bits need to conquer this 10K. I'm all in EOS, too late to turn back, says Trapping. I was an EOS maniac at the very beginning. I've been hodling, but if you've been listening to the channel, I recently moved the majority of the EOS into Ether, and that was when Ether was like 170 a few months ago, and I'm glad I did. I'm going to be honest with you. I still got a baby bag of EOS, and I like EOS. Let me be 1,000 with you. And a lot of these governance schemes that we'll be talking about here with Comp and others are derived by governance and staking schemes that were first introduced, I would say, in BitShares and Steem, and then EOS, the proof of stake, the delegation, the voting for the governance. We're going to be talking about that. What's up, champ? Shout out to Original Copy. So I do like EOS, Trapping. I'm not, I was once calling it Ethereum on steroids, but, I think the next one to kapump is Ether. I don't want to throw shade on your EOS bag. I like it. I'm going to be honest with you, but I moved most of the bags to EOS. To Ether. Shout out to Copy, Trapping, Toronto, the rest of the pumpers out there in the box. Let's check out the coin market caps. We'll run down. We'll talk about this compound token, this compound finance, decentralized finance platform on Ethereum that's catching a little rip right now on the charts. It's up like 60% today, but it was up like 150. This thing is almost like $200. We'll talk about it and we'll see what it means. Bitcoin there at 93.98, up slightly it's not up. It's actually red, 0.22. Ether at 231. I want to see Ether closer to 250, ultimately at 300 sooner than later. 19 cents for Ripple, Bitcoin Cash at 236, Satoshi Vision. I'm skipping. Litecoin at 43.60, Binance at 16.22, EOS 253, and then you got Cardano at 8 cents. If Cardano actually delivers some working products, I wouldn't sleep on Cardano. Just like I haven't slept on EOS, although I don't know what's been going on with them as of late. I would expect DeFi to also sprout up on EOS, as I've seen already, and then Cardano may support some DeFi let's keep an eye on that. You got crypto.com coin is down today at 11.5 cents. Tezos at 260. Chain Link at 415. It's up today, 2.9. Stellar at 7, and then Monero. Monero was there in the top 20. Monero just hanging out. Monero was just chilling. They're top 20. Monero is the last true crypto on the block, guys. Okay? If you're really about that crypt walk, then you know what Monero's all about as well. Shout out to Lady Plant. She's taking laps in the pool right now. Slimming down, staying strong. She's looking for a crypto hubby out there, guys. Lady Plants is out there. She's got bits of her own. Let's go ahead and check out the stocks over here, and then we'll talk about Compound. We'll talk about Compound because it seems like there may be an opportunity here. Compound's like talk of the DeFi, talk of the day when it comes to DeFi. Let's see the stocks. Boom, boom, boom. Where's my Trading View? I love Trading View, but Trading View is very busy. Trading View got all the bells and whistles. Okay, here we go. Market quotes. Indices are slightly in the green at 0.71. S&P there at 3137. As I've said, look out for the S&P. We're going to see all-time highs this year, in my opinion. Dow's up as well, 26,230. Crude is up. Crude is up back to $40. Wow. We got spooked when things went negative on crude, but that was the move. And we knew it was, too. We were talking about it was just the wrong timing, but that was the move, obviously. Crude up to 40. When we just saw it literally in the negative just not too long ago. So, whoever caught this once it came out of the negative has been sliding and riding, if you know what I mean. Bonds up at 0.24 on the 10-year. This is bullish. This is good, 0.71 on the 10-year. Gold is even green there at 1738. Shout out to my metalheads. And silver's up as well. I did a video showing my silver coins, but I never uploaded it because it came up upside down. I had the phone there trying to do an overhead shot, and then the whole thing came up upside down. I did buy some coins there on SD Bullion via a Brave browser ad that I received, and bought some Silver Eagles, some 2020s. 2020 is a hell of a year, right, guys? I mean, wow, 2020 is going down in history. It's a lot happened this year. So, I stacked some of those 2020s, and they threw me, I think, a 2017 or a 2015. I got to check. But yeah, I got my silver, guys. I'm stacking them coins, and I got something in my hands. You make sure you got something physically in your hand as well. Ether chain pays 310% return, says Trapper. Trapping investment. Trapping investor. Trapper investor. I'm all kinds of stuttering today. I know, guys. I know. I'm not the most. What's the word I'm looking for? Not tactful. I get it. I stutter a lot. Ether chain pays 310%. Okay, that sounds like that sounds like a red flag. 310% sounds like a red flag. I don't know about Ether chain. I've never heard of it. But we'll talk about Compound today. This is a legit DeFi service or platform. I've talked about this before, but now it's growing. It's introduced its own token for governance, and that token's booming. And there's an incentive here right now to borrow and lend. And there's some sort of let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So Compound, okay, Compound protocol allows you to lend out Ether or ERC20 tokens and receive stable coins like DAI, okay, and then you can also lend out coins here and receive interest. And then this is a decentralized finance community, and it's governed by now the Comp token. The Comp token, you could see here, just was introduced this week. And it's up almost to $200, up another 60% today. Yesterday was up 150. Look at the chart. So this thing is ripping. So Compound is an ERC20 asset that powers the community governance of the Compound protocol. Comp token holders and their delegates debate, propose, and vote on changes to the protocol. By placing Comp directly into the hands of users and apps, an increasingly large ecosystem will be able to upgrade the protocol. So what's crazy here is that these tokens are being distributed to users of Compound. So if you're borrowing or lending and you got a stake somehow in this platform, you're being dropped a percentage. You could read more about it, about the Comp distribution design. And this is a pretty good article here by Henry He. This was published June 6th. This is a long one, and it goes over a lot of ideas, but it kind of explains why this thing has grown a lot. He's calling it phantom growth, and that's going to open Pandora's box. But you could see that half a comp is distributed to per block, and it's allocated proportional to the interest of those holding these coins, or staking these, or borrowing and lending these coins in the comp platform. And so, you could be basically borrowing and then getting comp tokens, and these tokens are moving up so much is like you're basically getting paid to borrow in a way. You see what I'm saying? And you can see some of the APRs being offered over here with Compound. I want you guys to read this article. This is a long article, negative borrowing rate with positive high lending rate. This is something that you need to read in its entirety. And this is something you should study, okay, and figure out on your own. I'm not going to go over this during the broadcast and read it all to you, but let me just touch up on the conclusion of this article so that you can get a little taste of what's shaking and baking. But read this because there's an opportunity to make gains. Comp distribution is an effective incentive designed to drive fast growth of Compound's protocol. Effectively, with the comp tokens, Compound boosts its crypto lending platform with negative borrowing rates with positive high lending rate, which will inevitably lead to phantom growth. Compound's initiative will open Pandora's box and impact the whole DeFi ecosystem. How the economic game plays out in the market is so complex to predict, but it will be fascinating to watch. So check this out, guys. Compound, right? Here are the borrower and supplier lending rates. So check this out here, okay? If you want to... This is the wrong page. Let me pull up the right page. Give me a second here. No, this is the right place. Where is the rates? Because this is what's kind of made everything hot. I'm losing my spot. So I'm trying to find this, but so while I look for this, and I can show you this on the screen, basically, if you lend out US dollar Tether, they're paying 11%. But you could borrow USDC at 2%. So what people are doing is that they're borrowing USDC at 2%, swapping it into USDT, and lending it back so that they can earn the 11%. And this is making an interesting situation economically and game theory wise, because if you're holding large bags, you may have an incentive to put them into a decentralized finance platform and earn interest. Read that article that I put. I just linked because, yeah, take a look. It's a lot more than a mouthful to go over. It's basically kind of academic in a way, but this is not the right screen. There was a screen I came across that showed let me go back to there it is. Where's the markets? All markets. There we go. Here it is. So check this out. If you want to supply US dollar Tether, and again, these APRs, they change in real time, just like any market, okay? So if you want to lend Tether to Compound Finance and make interest, you're going to get, if you supply the Tether, you're going to get 9.39% off your US dollar Tether, okay? This is wild. I mean, even banks may be interested in doing this because the Fed is only paying almost a 0% on interest right now. So check this out. US dollar Tether coin. If you want to borrow a USD coin, and you know this USD coin is kind of like the Coinbase stable coin, you could borrow it using a collateral in the form of Ether, wrapped BTC, basic attention token, or any one of these tokens you can use as a collateral to get USD coin loan to you. You could get a loan at 2.63%. You see what I mean? And this is a stable coin. So, you're getting loaned a stable coin at 2.63%, but Tether's also a USD stable coin. So you could basically swap your USD into Tether, lend the Tether at 15%, and you're making the difference. You understand here? This is and it's not going to last forever. Right now, this is You got to read the article, basically. It seems risky, but if they start losing their peg value, then you're basically losing USD. Right, but the thing is that their value is pegged by collateral. So if anything, it liquidates the collateral to balance out the value. You see what I'm saying? These coins have a collateral, and this whole situation has the collateral to basically balance everything out. It gets risky, absolutely, and there's holes in the boat possibly, but this is a major thing, and this is why DeFi is going to be a big deal. Guys, you could get 10% around or more on a stable coin US dollar. Where else could you get interest paid on your... You understand where I'm coming from? Why even use a bank at this point? You're better off using saving in Tether or USD coin. Right, there's holes in the boat. It's not completely FDIC insured. The whole entire thing. It's the same risk you incur when you deal with any crypto. But that's the point of the thing. It's like, this alternative is right now offering a better rate. Derek says, yeah, that makes sense. Read the article I just plugged in when you have time. It's a long one here on Medium, but this one is worth reading. This one's worth reading. Comp distribution design will incentivize phantom growth and open Pandora's box. So negative borrowing rates with positive high lending rates. Okay? And look at some of the questions that this guy proposes. Just so you could start, thinking in a different way. With comp token incentives, too many borrowers, Compound is transforming it into an investment platform that delivers high returns like 12.5 initially. They will borrow assets that they don't actually need and just pay interest to earn comp tokens. Remember, not only are you earning the interest, but if you're in the situation, you're getting dumped comp tokens. So both, you could see it here on this graph. The comp token is being distributed to the borrowers and lenders of all these crypto assets. So whether you're borrowing or lending, you're getting dropped a portion of comp. And you could see comp is going through the roof right now. So technically, you could be borrowing money and getting paid comp. So you're netting. You're going to be in a net gain in a situation like that. Maybe the Fed is borrowing money from these folks. Or maybe the Fed is lending to these folks. As well, that's the whole thing. It's like, so if you're sitting on capital, where are you going to put it? In the bank? Because the bank is not going to pay you anything. You see what I'm saying? So this is attractive to exchanges. This is major attraction to exchanges. If you're like, you have a bunch of deposits, where are you going to hold your deposits at so that you can keep making money? Read this entire art. I'm not going to read it all, but there's a couple good questions here that really spark. Let me read another one. So when will the music stop and when will it stop? It's hard to predict when, but one thing for sure is that comp market value will grow way higher than its intrinsic value. And at some point, the comp market value will start to go down. This is kind of what Derek had been talking about. Then it will trigger a negative amplifying force, lower comp value and reduce incentives, which will cause borrowers and suppliers to leave. Okay. And they also compare it to transfer fees on F-coin mining, and they do a whole case study with that. But this is how the Pandora's box could be open. And look at the question that this guy asks. Will a few big players that have tons of resources jump in and outgun all other small players to earn majority of comp tokens, which will lead to centralization? Will projects like BAT, Augur, 0x, Ether move their reserve tokens into Compound to earn most tokens and vote down any new market so they can continue to earn more tokens? Will Tether and USDC mint and deposit lots of new tokens into Compound to earn more comp and also vote down any new market so they can continue to earn more tokens? Please note, like any other governance tokens designs, the team and investors control the majority of the tokens and hence voting rights during early phases. Keep reading this. It sparks a lot of ideas, a lot of things going on. But guys, DeFi, and all of this is happening on Ether. And of course, DeFi can also and exists on other blockchains. So, there's going to be, and there is DeFi on EOS, on Tron. I would expect it on Cardano, but, Ether is leading the charge. I'm afraid of USDT, but I like the staking aspect of things. Right. I mean, listen, there's a risk with all this. I mean, there could be a flaw in the contract and it can get hacked. There's all kinds of things, right? But this is where it's heading, and you could see how there's a new finance system here growing, about borrowing and lending, and there's incentives and there's governance. There's a lot going on here, guys, and it's starting to grow more and more. And there's currently there's a major incentive now to supply and borrow here. Not only because of the interest rates, but because of the comp tokens that are being distributed to everybody that's getting in the game. And look at the price of comp right now. I just showed it to you. It was like $200. So read this. I know Ivan talked about this morning, which is crazy because I was reading all about this last night, and I saw the feed, and I'm like, oh, he's talking about it too. Everybody's been, got their eyes on this. You can also see that FTX, which is the derivatives platform. Derivatives platform. We also have their token in our altcoin portfolio. They release derivatives to keep up with this DeFi frenzy because this thing is hot. I'm telling you. Read this as well. And, this is the research I was doing all afternoon. And I see, Ivan talking about it. I've seen a couple other people talking about it. So this is really stablecoins pegged to the USD backed by nothing. Well, apparently USDT is backed by cash. And then the stablecoins like DAI and the ones that are coming out of these smart contracts, they're backed by other tokens. So they do have a collateral. So in an essence, you could audit the smart contract and you could see how much, it actually says right here, how much wrapped BTC that they have in their platform. So you could see, how much 0x they got, and everything's, you can audit it. As opposed to USDT, which is more centralized, and they promise you that they have the dollars backing up the coins, and you can't see it. At least with Compound, you can see all right, I see that the bats are in this account. I see that the DAI is in. You can actually see the flow. As opposed to USDT, it's like they're telling you, yeah, we got it. It's in the safe over here. You know what I mean? So, this is wild. This is wild. This is big, guys. You keep an eye on this. This is big. There's, I don't think you understand. This is major here. I'm afraid of USDT, but I like the staking aspect of things. And Derek says, exactly, this is, to me, just shows how actually worthless stable coins are. Stable coins pegged to the USD backed by nothing. So I kind of re-explained that to you, and I get it. I've always said myself, USDT has been funny bunny, and I'm very weary of the stable coins. I've said this, I don't know, countless of times. Okay, so something to consider. The stable coin that seems to be most legit is the DAI, because it's created. In order to create the DAI, you need to have the collateral, and it's all basically audited there on a smart contract. And I believe that USDC is the same. That one's by Coinbase, but maybe it's backed by collateral, but there's another risk. What if the contract has a flaw in the programming? And just like ETH did at the very beginning, maybe someone can come in and withdraw from the smart contract. There's all kinds of possibilities there, so, keep our eyes on it. But this is where things are headed, guys. This is where things are headed. You're going to get coins pegged to this, pegged to that. Then this person's lending to that person who's borrowing to that person. All these little financial schemes. And that stuff already exists in the legacy markets with derivatives and whatnot. Yeah, DAI seems much more legit. I'm talking about USDT. But listen, USDT, they're paying the highest APR. So if you want to supply USDT, they're paying more than if you supply DAI. You see what I mean? So technically here, you get the scheme. You can come in. Let's say you have a bag of ETH or even BTC. You could wrap your BTC and use it as a collateral. Generate the DAI. You're borrowing the DAI that you're generating for 1.17. You can get this DAI, which is a stable coin, and you can swap it into a USDT coin and then lend this back at 9.39%. Okay, so you see the scheme here. And how long could this last? How long would this I don't know. I mean, read that and get into it more. And am I doing this now? No. But am I researching and am I looking into it? Are we discussing it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, so USDT, so we could be clear here, I believe is the only stable coin here that is not actually on a smart contract. Isn't USDT like a Bittrex invention or something like that, or a Poloniex? I forgot who, but I'm not sure who manages that chain or whatnot. But when it comes to DAI, and I believe USDC, they're on the Ether chain and they're generated when the collateral's put into the smart contract. So they're technically are backed by other coins. That's for sure with DAI. I don't quote me on USDC, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Let me keep linking you guys so you can see. And what's cool about this Compound Finance, you can just click onto the app and connect to this website via MetaMask, which is the wallet that allows you to connect to these different apps with your Ethereum blockchain account or wallet or whatnot. USDT, exactly. USDT has higher interest rate because it's worthless. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's worthless because you can get something for it now. So that word is not an accurate description. What you could say, it's riskier. And the game, higher risk, higher return. So you're probably right. The reason that it's paying a higher rate is probably because it's a higher risk, I would assume. But I'll tell you this, look at Tether, okay? Tether is liquid. Tether's number 3 on the cap. So you could say what you want to say about Tether, but there's a lot of liquidity with Tether. Okay, we could question it, but right now, it's number 3. So, think about this. And yeah, we've heard the funny bunny with Tether. I get it. I understand. And I'm not a Tether fan or anything like this, but, I'm sure people are considering okay, well, if I can make 11%, I can get it for here. I can swap out. I'm willing to take this risk, make the difference. Boom, boom, boom. I don't care if the coin's worthless because I'm going to swap it out into actual cash at the end of the plan here. Could be what some people are thinking. So let's discuss it. That's all. Also, Bitfinex dropped the independent audit, which spooked a lot of people. Lots saying that they don't have the USD to back it up. Right. That's obvious. The USDT can't be audited on a blockchain. I think it's just Bitfinex or I don't know. Yeah, one of those bit outfits. But when you're talking about DAI and USDC, there's a little bit more, that you could look behind the curtain there. You're like, all right, so how's these USDCs generated? Oh, okay, someone puts a collateral, so they're backed by something. Derek, don't bite your tongue. I love Derek. He's salty. Okay. Also, okay, we read that snip. Pretty sure Tether is Bitfinex. I think you're right. I think you're not. I think it's Bittrex, Bitfinex, one of those. You're right. I'm looking for my DLive page. Shout out to everybody on DLive. Yeah, so this is the talk. I mean, let me know if you're gonna try to scheme here or not. I'm considering it. I'm thinking about it. But again, with all these things, you got to tread lightly. Once you deposit in, whether it be an exchange or a DeFi contract, that you run a risk. Once it comes out of your hands, you run the risk. That's bottom line. Just like I'm running a risk right now, saving Ethereum Classic on Binance. They got my back, and at any moment, anything can happen. I don't have control over it, Tron have ventured into the space with Justin, so it's a hot area for sure. Oh yeah, DeFi is hot. I mean, I've been saying this for over a year. I'm like, guys, DeFi. It's going to be the talk of 2020. Now, it's starting to become the talk, and it should have been already the talk, but 2020 had other things, guys. We had the impeachment, the Rona, the riots. We got a lot going on out here, and they're now they're going to try to hit us with the second wave. Do you see what they're doing with the NBA players? Guys, keep an eye on how they're handling the NBA players because they want to. I believe that the way that they're presenting this contract tracing and locking down the NBA players in their work there because they're going to be at the Wild World of Disney or whatever with these rings and the rings. If you stand too close to someone, they go off. They're contact tracing everything. It's to acclimate the public like, oh, look, the NBA's doing it. We're probably going to have to do it as well. So watch for the PSYOP out there. I feel sorry for basketball players, honestly. Like, I wouldn't want to be an NBA guy right now. They got they got them locked down. They got to be in quarantine. They got basically leashes on them so that they can, play with a ball. It's they're getting paid millions, but they took the ticket. I don't want to get paid millions to get stuck at the worldwide of sports, being tracked basically like an animal on a leash. It's wild, guys. It's wild. Look at that. And, they try to talk about it like, oh, look how cool this technology is and how we're doing it and all this. And like, now you got Fauci, the little twerp out there, this little twerp Fauci that's never been right about any of reports that I've seen regarding this corona. Now he's talking about NFLs can't play unless they're in a bubble or whatnot. This guy needs to go home. They need to fire this guy immediately. Okay? If you're still believing any of this stuff, the joke's on you. The mask is basically a sign of submission to the New World Order, is basically what it's looking like to me. And they're not going to stop with this crap. People out now, the mayor in California made it mandatory to wear masks in public. If you have any sort of testicles, you would not abide by that. Now, listen, if someone is asking you to wear a mask as you enter a private property, that's another story. Okay? But in public property, just walking out on the street out there or just like driving in your car, you got to be crazy. It's time that we start, calling things out, guys. This is enough. Tron has venture. We already talked about that. Shout out to Stim1024. Shout out to Lady Plan. Shout out to all my boomers out there worldwide. Let me drop bombs on you. This mask stuff's already got me heated. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's enough with the masks stuff. What is this? You know who wears masks? Criminals and pedophiles wear masks. Sheesh. Enough with the mask. Shout out to Donnie for not wearing the mask. Strolling up in the Ford plant without the mask on. The other day I pulled up to the cafe without the mask on. I got my stuff. They didn't tell me nothing. I ordered my stuff at the window and I kept it moving. I'm done with this mask, guys. I'm looking for any little moment to rebel with it. You know what I mean? Kaboom, says J Parr. I see you. Good morning, sir. Crazy Ivan says, Champ, masks have historically been worn by slaves. Factual. That sounds believable. I haven't fact checked it, but it sounds like it could be true. And, I feel like these masks, they got everybody's got a muzzle on, like if they're an animal or something. This is enough. Enough. Like, what are they going to do? Lock everybody up for not wearing a mask? I mean, they already locked us up, guys. You're in lockdown. I take off the mask anytime they don't say anything at work. In fact, others started to take theirs off too. Yeah, more people. We got to actively just not even talk about it. Just start wearing it less, or they're wearing it wrong, or wearing it less, and I get it. If you have a private property, if I can tell people, you don't want to come in. I'm not going to let you in my house unless you have a mask. I understand the rights of private property, and I get it. I understand that. So, I understand the legality of it, but in a public space, you're wild. Yeah, it's like a muzzle. Yeah. Crazy Ivan see Jeff Berkwitz's latest on this. I've seen a few of them. Student of Life is out here. So, yeah, we got to, I walk in, then I take it off in front of everyone. Yeah, just let's try to be a little more rebellious with the masks, guys. Let's start showing. It's not, the word rebellious is not even not the way. Just start being a little bit be more human, because humans don't wear masks over their face. It's just wild. It's not. We're not in the Arctic. It's not freaking snowing outside. Okay, it's enough. I just put a mesh inside that leaves it open fully so it's not jacking my airflow. Yeah, I get it. Even when I go to the market, I don't cover my nose. I got to breathe. I have to breathe, So now I'm about ready to just I'm telling you, I'm pushing the line a little bit more. I see people pushing the line a little bit more. And my understanding is, because we're close to a metropolitan area, but I've been talking to people that drive trucks, and maybe Rafterman can chip in as well here. They're saying that if you're not in a metropolitan area, most places are not even playing this mask shit. I was talking to family that's, more in a rural area, and they were like, no, not even here in the market. So, a couple old people wear masks, but like young people are not wearing masks. So, it's basically all the metropolitan areas. You got this law firm that's consulting most of the metropolitan areas, including New York and others, McKinsey and Co. They're the ones that are pushing that new normal. This is a psyop to the extent of like no other. Whoever McKinsey and Co. is suspect to the champ. Crazy Ivan says, I'm there. I'm done with all this. Yeah, it is. It's wild. I'm done with this shit already. I'm like the mask. I can't breathe with the mask, and masks are bullshit. And the truth is, I mean, Fauci himself said it. The mask is not proven to prevent anything. So, come on. Who wears masks, guys? Criminals and pedophiles. So yeah, if you feel the same way, I'm getting heated with this mask stuff. I'm really getting heated with it. I'm like, yo, enough with this. And then you see people like, it's kind of sad. But listen, I mean, we should be prepared for this. I mean, the Lord told us, and the world is fallen. It's all been explained to us, but it's sometimes it's tough to see. Jay Parr says it's the truth. Yeah, I mean, this damn mask stuff. How far they want to take it, guys. At some point, you got to say something or just act a certain way. So what it is out there, try to maybe wear the mask wrong. If I know not everybody's in the position that they can totally not wear the mask. Some people may lose their job. They may get kicked out the grocery. I remember when this mask shit first started, I tried to walk into a Walgreens, not even knowing they kicked me out. I know some people, they're going to have to wear a mask in certain situations, but every time that you could push the line a little bit on these MFers, do it. Every time that you can just put the mask down a little bit or not take it or take it off, every time, every single time, push the line. This is very important, guys. Yeah, I'm with you. This is the line in the sand. This is enough. They're trying to muzzle you like some sort of an animal. This is not even healthy. You're breathing in carbon, dioxide or monoxide, one of the two. You know what I mean? It's not good for you. I mean, legally, this is something that can ultimately go to the Supreme Court. Could they force you to really wear a mask out here? Like, is this, like, I mean, seriously, in public places? Like now, they want you, like, socially distanced at the beach wearing a mask? They want you to swim with the thing on too? Lady Plants, are you taking laps with the mask on? I mean, this is enough. And there's people out there also that, the women, there's a lot of women and children and, men that act like women and children out there that are scared. But, it's up to the men that there's a few good men left. There's probably just, I don't know how many left. There's a few. There's got to be a few left. It's time to just be like, you know what? I'm not going to be shamed. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. The mask is ridiculous. So shout out to Donnie, whether you like him or not, strolling into the Ford plant without the mask on. Yeah, they want to shame you into it. Yeah, that's the shame tactics. They want to shame you into it. They want to shame you if you didn't post a little black box. Guys, if you're a grown man, you shouldn't be shamed into anything. You got to laugh, actually. Instead of even getting mad, you got to laugh. Like, throw a joke. Like, That's why I'm saying, the criminals, either masks are worn by criminals or pedophiles. That's not my idea. That was like O&B. And he's like, oh, yeah, just handle it like a joke. And be like, I'm not wearing a mask. That's for criminals and pedophiles. Which one are you, lady? Or another one is like, oh, I can't wear a mask. You're not allowed to wear a mask when you're possessing a firearm. I'm going to be cool and chill about it, but non-compliant. Right. I mean, what ultimately they're going to do? Are you going to get locked up? Like, oh, what's your charge? You weren't wearing the mask. Like, at some point, like, there needs to be like, a mass protest where everybody just says no more masks type thing. I don't bite. Yeah, we need to make some shirts or something out here with a mask or a mask that says, the mask that says something. Yeah, we covered compound. We covered a few. This happened in my high school when they tried to ban backpacks. Yeah, it's ridiculous. When you get a bunch of little women and children governing, this is what happens, guys. This is the bottom line. And, I know that comment is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way, but this is the truth. People start acting like children, okay? And some women act like children as well. And this is true. Women out there, some will agree with me. So we need to act like adults. And this stuff with the mask and being triggered about everything, it's like, are we in like middle school or what's going on out here? Everybody's crying over this. I don't like that. Someone said this and, come on. Shout out to J-Par. Let me check out D-Live, see if there's anybody out there. We got 3 people on D-Live. I'll pop 50 in the box. If I see 2 more people pop up, I'll do a distribution. I'll be on for a few more minutes. I'm going to take off. I'm going to go help a friend build a shed. I had a friend hit me up and just ask me, when was the last time a friend asked you for a favor? My friend asked me, hey, do you think you can help me? Give me a hand. I really need a hand. When was the last someone asked you that? And I told him, sure, I'll help you on Friday. I'll be out there. So I'm going to go help a friend build a shed, And shout out to those that can still ask for help from a friend, like, hey, you can give me a hand here, So yeah, I'm going to go give someone a hand. Pause. You know what I mean. Another type. Let me see what Chris Dozilla is dropping here on Amazon. Where's that link at? I'm losing the link. Oh, it's that I can't click on this link from where I'm at. Oh, this is ridiculous. Sorry. I would have to go back to the main YouTube page. I thought you dropped it on D-Live. Anyhow, it's all good. Doesn't let me click on the link where on my end. Yeah, there you go on D-Live. That'll work on D-Live. Let me see D-Live. That's easier because I got it pulled up. What's this? A gold. Am I sharing my screen? No, I'm not. All right, there we go. How to close out a couple of screens out here. A 3D mask bracket. What is this? Oh, so that you could breathe? Oh, okay, a bracket. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I'm not even trying to waste. It pushes out the center and makes it so the mask isn't suffocating. Yeah, I mean, the first thing that came up to me, I'm like, it seems like in Asia, people have been wearing masks for a while. I think it's more of a Chinese thing. I don't know if I don't know. I've never been to Japan, so I don't know if people normally wear masks, but I've seen people wearing masks in Asia. Okay. The thing that came to mind though, is that everybody's been wearing masks in Asia and then this came out of Asia. So the mask probably didn't work then, right? Like if people were already in Wuhan with the masks on and all throughout China, I don't know how it is in Japan, but I would assume people in Tokyo are wearing masks or whatnot because, that's what I've seen. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not the norm. But from what I see, I assume that that's the norm out there. People wear masks and it didn't work. They always wear them there. So my assumption's correct. They always wear them. Okay, so they always wear them, and there's still the flu coming out, allegedly. So I mean, they didn't work, obviously. So listen, this is America. We're not doing it like Asia. We shouldn't be wearing masks, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, shout out to Asia and stuff, but this is the land of the free, guys. Okay, we shouldn't be bending the knees like China or anything else. I'm sorry. This is America. We still got guns out here. This is come on, guys. We draw the line here, the line in the sand. The number one place that pushed masks for I don't know how many years now. I don't know where it came. I don't know where. Maybe Christozilla should let me know. Was it more of a Japanese thing, a Korean thing, a Chinese thing? I know in Asia, people wear masks. I don't know what culture really started the mask thing first, but I'm assuming it was during the SARS and the swine flu thing over in China. So, you got the Chinese pushing the mask like it's the hottest thing on the block, like if it's a fashion thing, but yet that didn't stop the spread. So the mask doesn't work. The mask doesn't work. I don't want nothing to do with this damn mask. The mask makes you look like you got a muzzle on. Most masks are probably made in China, not for protection against. What does it say? But it is when you are sick and don't want to sneeze on others. Okay, I mean, I can listen. If you're sick, okay, legit sick, and you're sneezing all over the place, and you don't want to be sneezing on others, okay, I can understand why you have the mask. But if you walk outside, everybody's wearing masks. What does that mean? Everybody's sick? I mean, it doesn't make any sense, guys. Plus, if you're sick, you should stay home. I know there's some people that can't, but you should stay home. Why are you going out? If you're sick, then stay home. J. Parr says they have their culture, we have ours. Absolutely, absolutely. And what I'm saying is that look, that's not the American way. Okay, it's not. Maybe that's cool in Asia or whatever, and they do different stuff than we do, and that's good. And if you like it, then move over there, guys. But this is America, guys. Get out of here with this mask. Always been here for a long time. Masks were used to help out, spread germs to others. It was never for healthy people to us. Right, but how much did it really work? Christozilla, I mean, did it actually work? Also, China and India use it for air pollution. Okay, I guess, that seems reasonable. I get it, in cities like California and Los Angeles, at point they had heavy smog or whatnot. I never saw people wearing masks because of that, but, that's a more reasonable thing. But listen, that's an individual decision. It's an individual decision. They shouldn't be mandating it or shaming you. That's if you feel some type of way about the air outside and you want to put the mask on, or it's kind of like if you feel like the sun is too bright, then you could put glasses on. But to tell everybody they need to wear sunglasses because the sun is shining too much is out of control. Listen, the sun can cause cancer if you stay out too long. Are they going to make everybody never go outside, or they're going to limit the amount of time that you can stay outside? It's out of control, guys. Out of control. And I'm sorry, it may be the norm in Asia, but from what I'm seeing in Asia, it's communism out there for a lot of places. Maybe it's not in Japan. And I understand the situation's different over there, but if we're reflecting, are we going to reflect Chinese culture? I mean, because I'm not down with that. They have crowded trains here. Yeah, they have crowded trains in America too. I mean, most of them are in New York and Chicago. And listen, in New York, some people were wearing masks every once in a while. You see a few and stuff. And listen, I get it. If you're sick and you got to travel and you want to be considerate of others, cover your mouth when you sneeze. Don't be sneezing. I get it. Yeah, but it was never telling the kids to put on masks at school when they're 3 years old. What is this? Are you freaking crazy? My kids ain't wearing masks. You're wild. And if they start forcing it in school, we're going to have to homeschool school. Because, come on, get out of here. Listen, if you're painting, if you're woodworking and stuff and you want some protection, of course, I get the purpose of a mask. But to be wearing it in everyday life, you've lost your mind. They want to make it the norm. Literally, California is mandating it out there. So I hope if anybody has testicles out there in California that you do not comply with this at all. This is wild. And how they going to enforce something like this? This is wild. Sick people in waiting rooms wear masks, but not the healthy people. I never wore them even when I was hospitalized before. Exactly. Yeah, it's crazy. It is. This whole thing is wild, guys. If you haven't figured out that we're up against an evil force that's running the world now, I don't know what else to tell you. They used to tell everybody, oh, you're a crazy conspiracy theorist. What are you talking about? Guys, all the conspiracy theorists, just about all of them came to light. All of the charts that Dr. Fauci showed you, they didn't come to pass. So I don't know who's looking like the truth teller here. Yeah, avoid the mask, take it off, and do whatever you can to be non-compliant with these masks, guys. Honestly, that's what I'm calling for out here. It's enough. Avoid the masks. My understanding is that that Trump rally that they're going to do now this week, or the next Trump rally, the first Trump rally that they're going to do now post-corona, they're going to do temperature checks, and you're going to have to sign a waiver to attend the rally, but they are not going to require masks. So hopefully that they throw the rally and everybody's out there without masks, and Donnie says something about not wearing a mask. He needs to. Donnie needs to say something. And, you know, it's weird to me with Ivanka and like people in his team are not wearing masks, and he's not. What he needs to do is just double down already. But, you know, I don't know if Donnie's our guy, guys. Honestly. And I saw that interview with his son. I don't know. I didn't like it. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, it was a little cute and everything, but it seemed too scripted. It didn't seem real. They didn't even say I love you to each other, guys. He didn't even say I love you to his son, at the end there. Like, give him a hug or something. That's what I want to see. It was weird to me. So I'm not convinced, it's Donnie over Hillary or Biden any day. But I don't think he's my guy. I wasn't all with the vibes yesterday on that interview. I thought it was going to be, I was like, oh, all right, I'm looking forward. I want to see the dynamic, the father and son dynamic. And the dynamic was like no different than him with anybody else, which is, I don't know. I mean, obviously maybe he has the poker face of all time, but, I would like to see him break character a little bit with his son, show a little compassion, or, I don't know. I didn't see it at the end. He was like, oh, good job. And that's it. Some people may not like that, but, the champ always keeps it 1,000. All right, guys, I got to go ahead and help with this shed. So I'll take another minute for comments and questions, but I'm going to go help a friend out. Do we have 5 people on D Live yet? We got 4. I'm going to go ahead and do it with 4. ETH1 just donated a lemon. Thank you, ETH. Karan Bell says 61K deaths during the 2018 flu season. No shutdowns, no masks, no TV craziness. I know. And anybody that can think for their own can realize that this is completely out of proportion. I mean, I doubt that it even exists. I'm going to be honest with you. But, I understand that that's a wild train of thought, and it's probably not within the curve. It could be an outlier type of thought. But I think we could agree that the numbers just don't add up to the response. Or the response don't add up to the number. You know what I mean. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this distribution, guys. I'm going to go ahead and pass out 50 plus lemons over here on D Live. Click the buttons. Let's do it. See who the lucky winner is now. Boom. We got Christozilla and Stimp 1024, the most active users on DLive. As it should be. If you're active, you should win. Kaboom. Indeed. Shout out to Stimp and shout out to Christozilla. I appreciate you guys getting these lemons. Imagine one day these lemons are like $10 or something. That would be awesome. Kaboom. All right, guys, I'm going to go help a friend. If there's nothing else that you want me to cover, I'm out of here. Thanks to you as well, Stimp. And thanks to everybody on the stream today. Everybody have an excellent weekend. Check out the compound finance links that I provided there in the population of the chat box. Specifically, I'm going to share it one more time. This article, there's a lot to cover here. This is an article you may want to read a couple times and study because there's some information here. Okay, boom, boom, boom. I just linked it there in the box. Everybody stay strong. Have an excellent weekend. I'll be back on Monday. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's biggest cousin, crypto's finest. Champagne. Thanks for tuning in.